Fox 13's Evan Moon is in our studio tonight. So, Evan, what'd you find out about this?
Hi there, Allie. Yeah, nearly 5 years after the first COVID vaccine was released, it's now being targeted by Florida's chief doctor. In a podcast released just this week, Florida Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo was talking about his recent move to end all vaccine mandates in the state, clarifying you'll still be able to get all these shots if you so choose, except the mRNA COVID vaccines.
Soon, vaccine requirements for schools and workplaces could be a thing of the past in Florida. State leaders say the choice to get vaccinated will still be yours, except possibly when it comes to one shot in particular.
All of the vaccines, with the exception, the goal is with the mRNA is for that not to be available to anyone because no one should be using that one. So you're going to put that aside, but all of the vaccines are going to be available to Floridians who want them.
Florida Surgeon General Joe Ladapo signaled his intent to potentially ban mRNA COVID vaccines during a conversation about medical freedom on the On Call podcast hosted by a Houston physician.
Any freedom lover it will innately make sense that when it comes to like what you put in your body and what you put in your kid's body, your say should be the final say. That's like the government's say should not be the final say there.
His comments causing concern for some physicians.
The benefits far outweigh the risks for the COVID vaccines. We know pretty clearly they've saved lives, especially for those populations that are more vulnerable. It's something that you should really do to protect yourself against the severe consequences of COVID.
Dr. Tang says speed does not mean risk.
The speed that the vaccine was developed was actually one of the amazing things that we've done with science with Operation Warp Speed in President Trump's first term.
President Trump saying just last week he disagrees with the push against vaccine mandates in Florida.
Look, you have vaccines that work. They just pure and simple work. They're not controversial at all. And I think those vaccines should be used. Otherwise, some people are going to catch it and they endanger other people.
It's unclear how the governor feels about banning mRNA vaccines altogether, but he has touted their effectiveness in years past.
I do, though, believe that these breakthroughs represent probably the greatest rays of hope that we have seen since the pandemic began. They offer the prospect of saving thousands and thousands of lives.
I did reach out to the governor's office today about banning mRNA COVID vaccines. I did not yet get a response, but the White House has said this week they will not change Americans' access to these vaccines. And after recent changes at the CDC and FDA, there is some confusion about how you can get COVID vaccines right now. Well, Florida is one of 16 states where some big pharmacy chains like CVS have started to require a doctor's prescription for these. Allie, Chris.
All right. Evan Moon in the studio.